Good morning, everybody. It is sun has not even come up yet. Starting off early today, and I think I'm gonna run the opposite way. We're gonna run through the boardwalk first because that's pretty cool. Love how the lighthouse is on, right? Which is also nice. If you've never seen it all lit up, which is really cool. It's all in WDW. Oh my gosh. I can't describe how important these running videos have become for me, Josh. I use them every morning while riding the stationary bike. Today, you've helped inspire me to lose over 30 pounds. That is amazing. And super cool, especially to hear that coming from you, somebody who's kind of been in the community much longer than we have. That's awesome to hear. So thank you. I appreciate that they've been helping. Oh, I got to start my watch. I always forget to do this. So it's just me today because it is. Oh, that's not right. Because it's a weekday, obviously. And so Donald's not here, but potentially I'll have a run on Saturday. Oh, no, I don't think so. I think we've got a session on Saturday. Sorry, I'm trying to start my watch real quick. So we're going to run opposite the way that we would normally go. So bright and early, thanks for joining. And, if you're able to jump on a bike or on a treadmill, thanks for doing it that way. And if not, if you're joining just from the comfort of your couch with a cup of coffee, I appreciate that as well. So welcome to the runDisney 10K live stream. We're going around the boardwalk, which I know has been pretty much commonplace the last couple weeks, but it's been the easiest place for me to park. So, alas, we've got the boardwalk. But what I think is really cool, at least for the next couple weeks, if I can try to get into some of the other places to run, especially before 7, you're going to get some really cool views of the resorts with it all lit up before the sun comes up, which I think is, pretty cool. So, we are going to be taking our normal route that Donald and I often run. When we come here, we're just going to be running it backwards. So I thought, why not mix it up this time? And if I don't respond to too many comments to start, I apologize, but I will get to them as we continue to make our way. And I've got this on the wide angle, so it's going to be dark. And the darker spots, obviously, might be a little grainy. But just bear with us. Or me. Wow. The gates are open down here? That is odd. So I know you guys can't see much of anything. Let me switch the other lens. Normally this gate is closed and not open until closer to the point where like Hollywood Studios is going to open. So we're not going to go down that way. We're just going to go down here to where the gate should be closed at. And we're going to go back up to the boardwalk and towards Hollywood Studios. So, and if I seem slightly out of it, Taylor and I took an opportunity last night to go see No Time to Die at the AMC in Disney Springs last night. It was the 10 o'clock movie, which means it doesn't start till 10:30 because of all the previews. So I think I went to bed last night about 2 o'clock in the morning. I've got about a solid 4 hours of sleep. So you know, if I sound crazy, it's because I am. It's an absolutely beautiful morning though. A little humid. But the temperature's not too bad. My goodness, this feels so weird today because I really feel like I am just running against the grain. I'm going to switch lenses to the wide as we approach the boardwalk up here. Should be plenty of light. Should look pretty decent. Look at that, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Whew. Resort budgeting morning. It's not Saturday morning, no, it is Thursday. So I said a while ago, because I can't really get out and do these first thing in the morning on Saturdays, I'd start trying to do them during the week, because that's when I have time to do it. So, Christina, good morning. Love the yacht club. Yacht club's beautiful. Boardwalk's beautiful. Whole area's beautiful. Sandy Pandy. Edna? Eden? Yes, you should absolutely take time to visit the boardwalk at some point. Wonderful little resort. I'm gonna try. Sorry, it's a little crazy, but my mask is swinging all around my wrist and I don't like it. So if y'all are just joining us on the live stream, we are running around the boardwalk at the moment, and we're gonna come up here and make a left and make our way to Hollywood Studios along the canal. Circus Bear, good morning. Hopefully the weather is fair for you up north. The water's on a little more still. Still see some nice reflections going across there. Swan all lit up. Nice place. I know I say this all the time, but this is one of my favorite runs, especially when it comes to marathon weekend. The stretch from exiting Hollywood Studios, making your way back to Epcot is kind of like that final hoorah. And man, it's just fantastic. Hopefully today I won't lose service up here as we make our way up towards the buses. So see what happens. Last time, for whatever reason, it was cutting in and out. So bear with me. You guys know me. I'm not a pro streamer, so we have issues every so often. Boy, the humidity is picking up quick. A lot of people heading to Hollywood Studios already. Ooh. Edom, what a nice day today. Yes, absolutely. Vern, we're staycation at the boardwalk. Might see you down there. Oh, very cool. It's been hot, still in the 70s. Wow. It's pretty amazing up in the north there. Veronica, good morning, Josh. Thank you for sharing this magical view while working. You are welcome. Monica, it's so dark. Glad it's safe to run. I think the lens, right? So I'm shooting on the wider lens here on the iPhone, and it has a smaller sensor, so to speak, so it doesn't let in as much light. So it's actually pretty bright, especially even whenever I started, it was already pretty bright. Definitely, regardless. So I'd say it's always safe to be running around Disney property of the resorts. So, all right. So we're kind of approaching what was last time the dead zone area. So, you know, just be aware. Stream might drop, and I'll try to get you all back once we make our way back down. So. Can you ask where I parked? Sure. So, parked over at the beach club, and normally I'm just kind of honest with them. I mean, if you were to see me, I've got super short shorts on and a running t-shirt, and most of the time they don't say anything. I'm usually here early enough that, like, doesn't really make a lot of sense for me to be here so early, dressed the way that I am. So usually they don't give me too much gripe about it. There have been plenty of times where they've said no. And so if they do, and they don't let me park at Yacht Beach or Boardwalk, then I will park at the Swan and Dolphin, because that's pay to park. All of a sudden, I might have lost you guys there for a second. But yeah, so Swan and Dolphin is pay to park, regardless of whatever you're doing. So keep are looking to come over to run around. I think it's like $20. So you will have to do that. Oh my gosh, look, there are people. What time is it, y'all? It's only 7 o'clock. Do they open up at 8 o'clock today? Everybody's already forming a line. Wonder if that's why the gate's open over at Epcot. So, yeah. Usually if they tell me no, then I pay $20 and I park at the Swan and Dolphin. Same goes for, like, let's say if I wanted to go and run around Magic Kingdom, you know, like, not Magic Kingdom itself, but between Grand Floridian and the Poly, you know, if they tell me no, then normally I'll just drive over here and I'll park, and this is where I'm going to run. So keep that in mind. They have been being a lot more strict about it recently, for obvious reasons. So not guaranteed that they're gonna let you park anywhere. I think we're gonna skip going all the way down there to the end. Whew. Kyle, good morning. Whew. Yeah, humidity is, man, it's coming out in full force right now. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, I am super excited. We are only a few weeks away from Wine and Dine. This will be my first Wine and Dine Run Disney event. And doing the challenge, which will be the 10K and a half. So that's Saturday and Sunday for Wine and Dine. And I think I was talking about this during the live stream over at Epcot yesterday, day before, whatever day that was. But more than likely what I'll probably do is just record me running the 10K, because I typically run that pretty hard, because I'm trying to stay out ahead of a lot of people and get pictures with characters and then get back to the finish line, which is kind of silly because, you know, I mean, I can't go anywhere. But and then what I'll do is I'll upload that so that you guys can watch it, because I won't be able to live stream it. There's going to be way too many people there, all clogging up the broadband service network, 5G, 4T, LTE, AB, XYZ, whatever you want to call it. So, and it'll be a much better picture to see, especially for everybody who is like Bob, who has been watching these a lot. And so it'll be better than like a not so good live stream, because basically that's going to be at like 5:30 in the morning. It's going to be super dark anyways. I'm going to need a wider lens and a better camera. So I'll probably run with our A7S III and throw a wide angle on there and put it on the gimbal, and it's going to be heavy, but I think you guys will enjoy that a lot more than, say, a live stream. Now, for the half on Sunday for Wine and Dine, I will be live streaming that. So if you're interested, and maybe you couldn't sign up for it, or you're feeling apprehensive, or you're apprehensive about signing up, race starts at 5:30 in the morning, I believe, like all other events. And I doubt that I'm actually going to start the stream right at the starting line, because again, there'll be too many people. But once I get on the World Drive, I'll get it up and running. And if you just like any other time, right, like this, you guys can follow along and hang out, and super cool. We'll meet some characters hopefully along the way. See Magic Kingdom first thing in the morning. Rick, good morning. Hello from Finland. Oh my gosh. Morning. Getting passed by the Segway. Ah, man, I'm so disappointed they took that tour away in Epcot. I never got to do it, but it always looked really cool. Just being able to ride a Segway around World Showcase and the rest of the park. Let's see here. My watch is all messed up today. It is, oh no, what happened? Interesting. I think I'll just be guesstimating today. About 2 laps. My watch does not appear to be recording properly. Morning. So, there's that. Stop here for a second. John, good morning. Can't wait to see the wine runs. Tilda, hello from Finland. Oh, yes. Saw that earlier. Disney Nana Pop. Courtney K, Courtney K running. Very cool. Do they do sweeps in the 5K? That's a fantastic question. That I do not know the answer to. I don't think so, because it's such a shorter race. And it's pretty much contained within kind of like the Epcot bubble, that I don't think that there's really any need to have a sweep for the 5K. Now, for the 10K, there is at least one sweep, I do believe. But not for the 5K, I want to say. And I don't want to sound like rude or like an elitist runner, because I'm 100% not that at all. I'm struggling to run right now. But the last 5K and 10K that I did, I was in A group, and I had finished before they even let out the last corral for both the 5K and the 10K. So I don't know if there's actually a sweep for those. I would assume that there is at least one for the 10K, but no sweep for the 5K, just because it's a shorter distance. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it's contained for the most part within kind of the Epcot bubble. So I think like last time for Dopey, now sometimes the courses do change depending on what the race is, but for Dopey, when I did the 5K and the 10K, we started right there at the parking lot in Epcot and went out towards World Drive, turned around and came back and went back into Epcot. And you know, I just don't see where they would have had a sweep at for the 5K for that running route. So not to say that there isn't one, but I think if anything, if you start really strong on the 5K, so like, you know, they let you go regardless whatever corral you're in, and if you really run hard as much as you can for, let's say, the first half of the race, a mile and a half, you should be totally fine. Even for like the first mile, I would think you should totally be fine. No fear of a sweep. But again, 10K, not super sure of. Hi. Here we go. Morning. Russ, Josh, how's it feel running off all that amazing food and drink you had in Boston? Glad to see you both had a great time. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. Yeah, so my goal now is pretty much to kind of go into a survival mode. It's definitely not the right word here. Maybe more of you know, I need to go into like Navy SEAL training, or if I was still in high school, going into 2 days for football or something, leading up to Wine and Dine, because I've not been running as much as I need to. So kind of leading up to that, I'm going to be doing probably about 6 days a week of running, taking Wednesdays off. And then after Wine and Dine, I'll take that week off and then go right back into that rigorous running schedule leading up to Dopey in January. You know, I don't have any doubt that I can finish any of the races, but for marathon, I just want to feel like for once, like I'm not going to die, so to speak. You know, at around mile marker 18. So we'll see how that goes. But if I can keep up with that schedule of running 6 days a week, basically taking Wednesday off, you guys might be able to visibly tell that I'm probably going to lose some weight. So, but it'll probably only last till the marathon, and then usually I end up taking a whole month off doing anything. Connie, oh yes, saw the comment up top about losing 30 pounds. That is absolutely amazing. And, you know, I'm so glad, like I'm happy, which maybe sounds conceited or narcissistic, I don't know. I'm just, you know, like it's really cool to be able to be a part of like somebody else's journey and helping with that, because it is in turn very inspiring for me and gives me a reason to try and keep coming out and doing the live streams as often as I can for running. I was talking to Taylor, I think at some point here, it'll probably end up being during the week, because again, our weekends are really tough right now to do live streams. But what I'm thinking about doing is driving all the way out to Cocoa Beach first thing in the morning and doing like a sunrise run out there. And, you know, I don't know, maybe you guys will enjoy it, maybe you won't. But it'll be something probably coming here in the next couple weeks before Wine and Dine. So I think that'll be cool. But, you know, I mean, I do it because, you know, I think you guys really find a lot of value in this, obviously, as Bob has said. And I'd like to try and give you guys something a little bit different every so often. You know, I know the boardwalk here is very picturesque, but I'm sure it can kind of get, you know, maybe a little boring, kind of running the same route all the time. And maybe this will mix it up a little bit because we're kind of going the opposite direction that we normally go. We're also hoping to do the Disneyland Paris run. That would be cool. I'd love to do that too. That'd be awesome. Whew. Yeah, my watch is a no-go. It is showing absolutely nothing today. Just our running time, which is so odd. So the sun is about to come up. You can see that they still have some lights on over there at the boardwalk. Those are going to shut off here very shortly. And we are almost back around to where we started. And that should put us right at about 3 miles. It's really nice to see the yacht club has been kind of redone. I think there was a couple weeks there where we did a run and you could see that there was just a bunch of scaffolding up in front of all the facade here. They've been repainting and redoing some siding, and it looks very, very clean now. Looks really nice. All right, so we've done one full loop, which is about 3 miles. Lisa, good morning. Kristin Lake runs are the best ones. Our favorite resort area and property. It is very beautiful. I will say, I'm hoping at some point that they will reopen the pathway from Wilderness Lodge to the campground. Obviously it's closed because they were doing construction, and now that has ceased. You know, because they're not building the new DVC resort back there. So kind of hoping that they will maybe reopen that pathway, because that is a run that I have not gotten to do, and I would love to do that from Wilderness Lodge out to the campground. I mean, you could do a really solid, probably half mile back through, or half mile. You could do a solid 13 miles back through there. I was trying to say half marathon. With probably very limited, you know, backtracking, so to speak. Kind of like how Donald and I did Old Key West to Saratoga and back. You know, that out and back, we could get to be, I think about like a 10K, I want to say, around there. So, you know, you could easily make that into a half, which isn't too bad. I think another one that we haven't done is Hourglass Lake. Is it Hourglass? Pop Century and Art of Animation. Haven't done that one yet. I just really try to avoid having to do too many circuits. So as many kind of out and backs as I can do is usually preferable, or less out and backs I can do is preferable. Remember, everybody, if you're running at home or on the treadmill, power through those hills. You can make the hills on the treadmill too. Power through, power through. Don't walk them, but run them. Making our way back down to the gates here for Epcot. These guys are grab that mask on. Oh, morning.
Morning.
Well, you know what I didn't even think about was running that little walkway. Power through, power through. Try Coronado again. I mean, we could definitely try it again. I will say we did have like a significant area that got cut off there, as I'm sure you know, from watching the video, because the NBA was there. So I think it was the NBA. It was one of the big time sports teams during the bubble. And so, you know, we had not a lot to run with. And so we had to do like, I felt like almost 8 laps around that thing, which just really gets to be kind of, you know, long and drawn out. And so, yeah, I mean, we can definitely go back and do it again. And, you know, probably get in pretty early, do another kind of sunrise run. I will say that's kind of the nice thing about right now, before we, turn the clocks back, fall back 1 hour. We can kind of get out before the sun rises, get a little bit of the run in, while it's still decently cool, because if you've ever been in Florida or run in Florida, as soon as that sun starts to break over the horizon, it heats up so quick, especially if you're running. So I'm sure we could definitely do it again. Probably not before wine and dine. Well, maybe before wine and dine. Lights are still on. Trying to stay to the outside of my run path. It'd be the inside of the boardwalk here to give me a little bit of extra distance. Whew. Anybody in the chat ever been to Atlantic Dance Hall? It is by far the cheapest place you can buy beer if you're looking for a drink. Especially for Disney property, they do like $5 drafts or something like that. I don't drink any of that, but we race the boat. Oh, they're moving so fast. They're moving so fast. They have a much straighter path than we do. Put a little sprint in here real quick. Anybody that says the boat's faster, they're wrong. So, just so everybody knows what I'm doing right now, do not do for your half marathon or your full. I've got some crazy long strides going. I'm also talking, not breathing, but we are effectively keeping up with this boat right now. Now, obviously, there's no way I can beat it back around the other side because we're going to two different points, but whew, still keeping up. See, hanging in. I'm about out of breath. I was kind of hoping that the captains of the boat might notice. Give us a little horn honk there, but they did not. Whew, my goodness. Whew. So there it goes. Obviously they're going all the way over there and we're going up there, so that was a quite the sprint there for a very short amount of time. Courtney, will you be required to wear masks at the Disney runs? Okay, so let me get a couple of breaths in here so I don't feel super lightheaded as I try to talk to you guys and answer this question. Short answer, my theory is no. I'll explain why here in a second. So, the reason that I think we won't have to wear masks is because it's pretty pointless to require runners to wear a mask when Disney's perfectly okay with thousands of strangers, all standing shoulder to shoulder for either Harmonious or Enchantment at Magic Kingdom, or at Epcot and Magic Kingdom, respectively speaking. So I don't really see that happening. It very well could happen. It might be something where they say, we want you to wear a mask until you cross the starting line and then you can take it off because you can distance. But I don't see it being a requirement to wear it during the entire length of the race. So more than likely it won't be an issue. So at least I hope not. There's a lot of things I've been hoping for here on property, and they have not gone that way. But, you know, I mean, like I said, I don't see it happening. When they're totally okay with thousands and thousands of people all cramming together in the hub to watch Enchantment or on Main Street, you know, I don't see that being the case. So now that's not to say that if you want to wear one, you know, you can't. If you feel more comfortable wearing one, absolutely do so. I really wouldn't be surprised if there are people who are wearing them during the race. So, you know, I'll be honest, I'm not going to be wearing one. Look at that beautiful sunrise. It is wonderful. All these people coming in to head into Hollywood Studios for the morning. We're gonna try and jump past the group real quick. What other questions do you guys have? Oh, running Detroit Marathon this Sunday. First tips for my first marathon. So my biggest tip that I would give you for your first run is to remember that it is it's a long run. It's not a sprint. It's not a 5K. It's not a 10K. It's not a half. This is a long run. So pace yourself. Start out kind of nice and easy, and once you kind of get to about like 18 or 20, depending on how you're feeling, start picking up your pace a little bit if you can. But it is just inherently, like, it's just something that just happens, I think, with almost everybody, myself included, where you've been hanging out in the corrals, you're getting antsy, you're probably getting nervous. You just want to get going. We're going to turn around right here, head back. And so, you know, they fire the gun off or fireworks or, I don't know, you know, whatever they do to, you know, start letting the waves go through and you're up. And it's so inherently like just natural to feel like you need to sprint with everybody else in that group that is sprinting. Do not do that. Start off easy with a nice easy jog and kind of just stick with that. Try to keep that easygoing pace because you are going to 100% regret it if you take off with everybody at the front of that pack sprinting down. You're going to feel it later. So if you can kind of, you know, keep a nice consistent pace, you'll probably have a better time result than you will if you try to sprint and really get out ahead of everybody, because then you're going to end up finding yourself walking a lot more than you would have expected probably. So you know, that's just kind of my thinking, because that's been my experience. You know, I really kind of screwed myself over in 2020 for the marathon, because I felt like I needed to sprint out ahead of the group, because for whatever reason, while I was in the A corral for the 5K and the 10K, they felt the need to put me in the last corral for the half and the full. Now the half wasn't so bad, but for the full marathon, I did not want to be at the back of the pack. And especially with the route that they were running, which was back through Epcot to start, it was super tight and very dangerous. I used a lot of energy sprinting through there, trying to pass people and get out ahead of the crowd. And it really, you know, came back to bite me. So if you can, slow and steady wins the race, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Tortoise and the hare. Marathons are all about slow and steady, unless you're an elite Olympian, you know, who's running the race like a gazelle, light on their feet and just sprinting past everyone, and they have these like 8-foot long strides. It's crazy. Definitely not me, that's for sure. My legs are so short. So I would also say try to make sure that you've got like some type of electrolyte replenishment. All right, something that's always good to have. Usually most of the runs, they will supply that stuff throughout the race, but it's always good to have. So Matthew, thanks for taking us along. Love running Hollywood Studios, Clarkson Lake, Epcot. That loop was the last 6 miles of my virtual Walt Disney World Marathon in January. Very cool. Yeah, this is by far kind of my favorite section. I say this all the time, but especially for marathon, like this is one of the nicer kind of runs. You're coming out of Hollywood Studios, and then, like I said, it's kind of like that final kind of hoorahs. You make your way back into Epcot. You've got all the people cheering, and when you finally make it into Epcot and you're going through World Showcase, man, that's just such a great feeling. Filled with emotion and joy. Even if you feel like you're gonna die, there's like this just overall accomplishment feeling. Oh boy, a lot of people making their way to Hollywood Studios this morning, obviously. If you guys are just joining us, I was racing one of the boats on the way to Hollywood Studios just a few minutes ago. I obviously lost, but it's fun. It was a good sprint. Good sprint. The Magic Hipster, hi from Panama. Hello. Hello from Orlando. Or Lake Buena Vista or Walt Disney World or whatever location you'd like to put me at. Making our way back towards Yacht Beach Club at the moment. We are almost done. Making my way downtown. Da 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 da. However that song goes, you know. Almost there. Power through the hills, y'all. Power through the hills. Power through, power through, power through. Hills will make you the strongest if you can at least jog up them. Oh. Leafy Vlogs, I miss you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, no hair ties or rubber bands this morning or tape. I got the clamp. So we are totally secured and, you know, not going to be falling off anytime soon. And again, if you guys are wondering, this is not kind of the runDisney's official running route. It says, hi, how are you? This is not part of the official running routes, right? So I will always add this in over here at Swan and Dolphin because it adds extra mileage to our overall run. And so if whenever you guys do come to Disney and you are looking to run, right, don't feel like you necessarily have to stick to the running route. Now, with that being said, be smart about your route choices. Don't run out on the highway. Don't run on the roadways. Try to stay to the sidewalks. Be safe. And remember to always give vehicles the right of way. Whoa, what happened? Whoa, what happened? Just died all of a sudden, yo. Oh my gosh. Look at this. What is going on with me? So, all right. Let's talk. It's going to be a little bumpy, you guys. Just so y'all know. The gimbal just died. Let's talk equipment. Because I'm actually pretty afraid that I won't be able to use this gimbal for the runs. This is this is like the second time this has happened. The battery in this thing should last for like 6 or 8 hours. So it's really, really bumpy, and I apologize because the battery died. So if you're looking to, know occasionally people are asking us about like gimbals and equipment and stuff. Don't buy this one. This is like the Zhiyun Crane M2. It has not been very good. I really wish that, morning. I really wish that I would not have run that day in the rain. Donald and I should have just not done it, or at least not live streamed. Because that really killed the workhorse gimbal, my original Zhiyun Crane. So, Matthew, one of my favorite running mantras: you don't get better at hills by walking them. Absolutely, your lungs get stronger. I don't know if your heart gets stronger. I would assume it does. It's pumping harder, but so keep that in mind. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to subject you to the bumpiness that it will be for like the last 300 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards or so. So I'll just end this because it, like I said, it's the gimbal's dead, and something that I'm gonna have to like try to figure out and work with. Maybe bring a charger or something and plug it in, and I don't know. So we'll see. But thank you guys again for joining me on this run. I think it was pretty decent for the most part. So Surf Girl, love your pink shirt. Breast Cancer Warrior, I remember when you were in virtually last year. Love watching your runs. Thank you so much. And thanks for everybody who like comes out and hangs out and watches. We always appreciate it. And for as much inspiration as I can give to all of you, you give so much back to me. So maybe not Saturday, but potentially Sunday. So look for another virtual run on Sunday, and it'll probably be a longer one. I would like it to be almost a half, but we'll see where it goes. So bye everybody, thanks for hanging out and tagging along. I'll see y'all in the next one.